Hello everyone, it is Ken Chrysler here, and welcome to another episode of FLH. And yes, it's going to be Elimination Chamber. It's official. It's happening. So we got a really good one here for you tonight. And we are going to kick things off with a big match. And it is going to be Bobby Joe Warner in action. So we all know he returned recently. And he's going to get a shot. And of course he thinks he's the realest American ever. And I wouldn't expect less out of him, because he definitely is blue collar, and he's hardcore, and he's ready to go. And as long as he doesn't put any snuff on my desk, I'll be okay with him being here. Because he's had a little history of doing that to me. But we'll see who he's going up against to kick things off. We're going to have two big elimination chambers tonight. And who is Bobby going to be facing off with? Oh my goodness. And we saw what this guy could do last week. It is Kinziel. So both of these returned recently on episode 20. And now they are back again, and they are going to duke it out. We're going to have two big chamber matches tonight. The main event will be the #1 contender for the women's title. So the women will get the main event this week. And this is going to be a 2 out of 3 Extreme Rules match. So this is going to be crazy. We've got two brutes, two super heavyweights. And one a soldier, one a blue collar, hard-working American. So this is going to be really good. And Kinziel trying to rush Bobby, but we'll see what Bobby can do. I'm sure he had a few beers before this one. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. And the Elimination Chamber, the male Elimination Chamber, is going to be interesting, because you're going to see one half of the #1 contenders for the tag belts, one half of the tag champions. And you're going to get Newson and Mobster, and Paul Weiss and The Freak. So a little bit of a preview of what is to come before WrestleMania. And uh-oh, Bobby's going for the steps. And he strikes Kinziel. And look at Bobby with another strike. And Bobby going for the pin. And way too early. Way too early. You got to admire his confidence a little bit. You know. And, of course, he came back here. He needed another job for all of his kids and all of his truck payments, his four-wheeler payments. He's got a lot of payments. A lot of payments. And he loves his toys. And Kinziel, we saw what he could do last week. He defeated the world champion. So he is a force to reckon with. And I wish what we need is a rematch between him and the Blue Neck. That is what we need. But we're going to, of course, Blue Neck doesn't like either one of these guys. He's had rivalries with both of them. Look at Kinziel throwing in some strikes. And Kinziel, look at this. Oh my goodness. And he can wrap his arms around Bobby. And that's hard to do. That is extremely hard to do. Bobby's a big guy. But Kinziel is also a giant as well. Look at Bobby striking Ken. Not this Ken, because he wouldn't strike me. It wouldn't go well for him. That's for sure. It would not go well for him. And, you know, as long as he's on good behavior and he doesn't run his mouth too much, I'll let him wrestle. But if he starts spitting snuff on my desk again, we're going to have some problems. And I think Bobby's going to have a big problem anyway tonight, because Kinziel just broke a stick over his head. And look there, slamming Bobby. And Kinziel, look at this. Oh, what a beautiful move. And Bobby felt that one. Landed on the back of his head. And yeah, I guess we're going to have Elimination Chamber pay-per-views. They're not going to matter as much because you're not going to have the world title, the universal title, any of the big titles. You'll have some number one contenderships, but no titles. So we're still going to continue on with this pay-per-view, and that way we can get the Elimination Chambers out of the way. And look at Kinziel here with a Samoan spike, and he just hit Bobby right in the neck. And just like that, a point for Kinziel. And he is tearing up the place. Of course, this pay-per-view takes place in Saudi, and Kinziel is from the Middle East, so he's got the crowd on his side. And Bobby representing America. And uh-oh, look here. Oh, man, his face went right into that monitor. And Bobby going for the pin here, not even a 2. He still has a lot of damage to do against Kinziel. And if you thought Mobster X was bad, which I got, by the way, I got in a lot of trouble over that promo. A lot of trouble. The GM had a sit down with me over the promo I did last week, which got out of control and I made Nuisance situation worse and my situation. And I've been told that I'm not allowed to do a promo tonight. They said that I brought some stuff up that I shouldn't have brought up, and I shared some stuff I shouldn't have shared. But I was speaking allegedly, well, it's not allegedly anymore. He admitted to everything. And we got that on record. He just does not care. He does not care about anyone. And Kinziel's even worse. But he doesn't cover the United States. He covers his own region. And oh my goodness, I feel bad for Bobby. When this is over with, he might be spitting blood on my desk instead of chewing snuff. Or tobacco or whatever. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Just have a piece of gum. You know? Why would you stick that in your jaw? Just have a nice piece of peppermint gum. Whatever happened to peppermint gum? You ruin your teeth. Well, you ruin your teeth with gum, but it's not as bad. And you ruin your gums. It causes diseases. I mean, why not just a regular piece of gum? I don't get it, Bobby. What is so tasty about it? It's disgusting looking. It looks like you're eating mud. You know. And Bobby, oh man. Bobby just ran into the pole. And he's going to run into it again because Kinziel does not care. And he attacks the head. That is one thing that Kinziel likes to do. He likes to use headbutts, strike the head with the knee. He's very dangerous, an extremely dangerous opponent. Now mocking Bobby. Already has been a crazy night tonight. Kinziel going for the pin. And a kick out there by Bobby. So Bobby hanging on. Despite all the damage he has taken from this. This man is brutal. He defeated the world champion last week. And I think the Blue Neck needs to take care of it. That's what I think we need, a rematch. And Bobby with a nice counter. Good counter there by Bobby, and he really landed hard. And he needed something. And that was a good move by Bobby, but not enough. Bobby throwing him. Bobby's got a lot of strength. He works a lot of blue-collar jobs. So he has a lot of strength. He can do anything blue-collar. So lifting Kinziel is nothing for him. He doesn't even have to go to the gym. His work is the gym. His work is harder than the gym. And Kinziel, though, he is a trained soldier. So, look at Bobby here. Oh, what a great move. What a great move by Bobby. And can he get a point out of it? And he does. So now it is 1-1. And Bobby putting up a fight. And of course, for our main event promo tonight, we are going to see where Mentally and Old Twig go. Because they're supposed to visit this guy that may know about this movie production. And that was another Samoan spike to Bobby. I don't know if he can handle another one. And it is done. And Kinziel wins. So a big win for Kinziel. And he defeats Bobby. And I'm telling you, his strength is unreal. Bobby put up a fight. Bobby did put up a fight, but he is no match for this man right here. No match. This man is extremely brutal. There's only one thing that I want at WrestleMania. And it's not championships. There's only one thing that I want. And that is to watch the Blue Neck suffer. I want vengeance. And vengeance I will get. Now it is time for our Elimination Chamber. And we got Mobster X, we got Newson, we got Lurtz representing his tag team, King Giant representing the #1 contender, and then also a preview between Paul Weiss and the Freak. which will fight for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. So King Giant versus Lurtz here. Good kickoff here. Two super heavyweights. And yeah, the main event promo, it looks like it's going to be Mentally an Old Twig visiting this man that used to work at JEFF Productions. And we don't know what's going to go down. So we're trying to find out the truth about Peyton Bruce's mother. There's a lot of red flags about her death. And of course, we're trying to stop Peyton and his crew, which really aren't his crew, they're just forced to be there, from building a time machine and screwing everything up. So, lots going on here. And look at Newson. Oh, man. Of course, the MW is going to have to face off with one another. And we'll see who gets in at number 6 here. Whoever gets in at number 6 is going to have definitely the advantage in this matchup. And it looks like all brands will be participating in this pay-per-view, but it won't be anything big. You know, one brand has a number 1 contender for the U.S. title, so that's a possibility. And there might be some other things going on, but really nothing big here. And who's going to be next? It's good to have this once a year, though, because we never do it. And the Freak is here, the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental title and the former tag champion. And the reason why we don't do major titles is because obviously it's not fair to the champion. You have a 1 in 6 chance of winning this thing. And I believe that, I really don't think a Fatal 4-Way is fair. Unless it's an elimination. But in this case, it's even less fair because, I mean, you may be number 1. And then the odds are against you. And up next is Mobster X. Mobster X is in the house. And of course, we went back and forth last week on our words. I said some pretty harsh things about him, and he basically said it was all true. So you talk about, you know, so much for talking to my lawyers, because he does not care. He has made it clear that he is in it for himself and nobody else. And hopefully he can get a pinned and someone can teach him a lesson tonight. Because he's not as good as everyone thinks. A lot of people have been saying, well, there's no way Newson's going to make it out. And whether it be because of Kinziel or any other past match, I think you're wrong. Mobster X is older than Newson. He does not have the durability that he used to have, okay? So I don't think he's going to win, but he's going to do anything in his path to make our life a living hell. And look there. Oh, man, Paul powerbombs X out. What is Newson doing? Newson decides not to go for it. And that might have been a great idea. And look at, oh my goodness, look at him trying to strangle Paul Weiss. Yeah, everyone's hyping Mobster X up like he's going to win. He's not going to win. He's going to lose. we're going to save the United States and the world from him, and we're going to take the spotlight off of him, because the more attention he gets, the worse he will be. And he won the Rumble at number 30. So you all make it a big deal, and it's not a big deal. He won at 30. Anybody could do that, just about. I would say about 90% of those people that participated in it could do that. You know, if you give someone if you let someone start at the end of the race, they're going to win the race, you know. So I don't see it as a big deal. He's not going to win, and he's going to be defeated and hopefully sent home for good. And of course, we got the women's match. That is going to be killer. It's going to get the main event tonight. It is going to have the main event. The women, since they weren't a part of the pay-per-view, the last pay-per-view, they're going to get the main event on this one. And it's a #1 contendership for Billy Anderson's title. And of course, Billy Anderson has been phenomenal. She's basically been unstoppable. So we're going to have a lot of contenders in that matchup that could possibly stop her. But it's definitely going to be good. And look at King Giant. And I am rooting for him tonight. I am rooting for this man tonight. And how about you pull that leg all the way back for me while you're at it? And of course, it's not going to be that easy. And Newson's the first one out. So that's 2 weeks in a row that Newson has fallen short. Oh, man, this does not look good. But he was one of the first ones in here. So, and he didn't get eliminated by Mobster, so I feel a little bit better. And look at that. What a DDT by the Freak. Look at Paul Weiss. Oh my goodness. Attacking Mobster's arm. And yeah, he's going down at WrestleMania, and so is the Beach Cowboy. They're gonna both fall like they've never. They're gonna fail like they've never failed before for messing with, you know, two of the brightest people of this brand. They're going down. It's gonna be over with. And, wow, not even a 2 on those counts. And look at King Giant with the pedigree. He's been after Mobster all night, which I never thought I would like him, but I do tonight. But that was not enough. So Mobster just took a pedigree and still kicked out. He's tough, but he's not what he used to be. He's not what he used to be. He is past his prime. And King Giant's been eliminated by Mobster. It doesn't matter. King Giant stinks. Okay? All he does is say he's the king and eats a bunch of food. He's one of those kings that just sits at a dinner table all day, barks orders, and eats chicken wings. That's all he does. And everyone pretends that he's great and special. He's not. He hasn't done anything right. He does have a shot at the tag titles, but we'll see how far he can go against the MW at WrestleMania. And look there. Oh, man. Paul Weiss with a nice hit. A power bomb on Mobster X, throwing him out of the ring. And look at Lurtz here. What in the world? What? I didn't expect this from him. That's a little out of character. Someone didn't do that moveset correctly. That would definitely, that's something he never does. But anyway, that was pretty crazy. So we are down to 4. 4 remain in this, and it has been a fight. And I don't know who is going to take it, but Lurtz has been in here for a while. And Paul Weiss was number 6. Mobster was number 5. So we'll see what happens. And Lurtz going after the Freak. Look at the Freak throwing some strikes in there and slamming Mobster. And what a pin combo. And the Freak eliminates Mobster, so Mobster gets eliminated by one of his own, which it's every man for himself. And yeah, he can't even beat the Freak. So he's not going to win. He is just a has-been is what he is. He's a has-been. He's all dried up. He's not who he used to be. And the Freak just proved the reason why. Because he came in at number 5. He should be in the final 2. And he has not done a good job. And he did eliminate King Giant. Big deal. Lurtz Nick now. Oh man, eliminates Paul Weiss. So we are down to 2. And Lurtz Nick is doing really good. This is how you should do, Mobster. This is how you should do. As good as Lurtz Nick, if not better. Because Lurtz Nick started off in this one. And we'll see if he can finish it. It's a hard task to do starting at number 1. Or number 2. And Freak with the pedigree. Of course, the Freak is exhausted. And now going for the pin here. Could this be it? And a kick out. Somehow, Lurtz Nick got the kick out. That was amazing. I thought it was over. And the Freak with a nice takedown. A good high-flying takedown by the Freak. And now attacking. Lurtz is back in it now. Of course, Lurtz representing one half of the tag team champions, the MW. Him and Gorgie have the gold right now. And, you know, that's just crazy. And ever since Gorgie's joined, he's improved a lot. I could say Newsom's improved. A lot of people have improved. And the MW is one of the best factions here. Look at the Freak and his strikes. Oh, my. And the Freaks, oh, man, using the knee to fall on the arm. And look there, kicking the dirt at Lert's neck. The Freak is not showing any mercy to anyone, including his a member of his own stable. They do not work together when it comes to these matches. The leader doesn't have any say. And the Freak wins, and the Freak wins big. So a big win by the Freak tonight. Just a wonderful win by him. And, yeah, Paul Weiss is going to have a brutal number one contender. And speaking of number one contender, here are the ladies that are going to participate in this one. Jezebel Watson is back, by the way, and is a part of the six-woman Elimination Chamber. So one of these 6 women will go to WrestleMania against Billy Anderson. It looks like wait a second here. I am getting an emergency phone call. Hello? What? What do you mean my son was in an accident? He's at the hospital? I'll be right there. Oh my goodness. I need someone to fill in for me. Bobby. It's an emergency. It's an emergency, Bobby. I'll give you some of my pay. I have got to get to the hospital immediately. Hello, everyone. It is Bobby Joe Warner here. And Ken is rushing to the hospital. Apparently, his son was in an accident. That is what I have been told. And Ken, just keep Ken in your thoughts and prayers. He just ran out of here. And good thing I'm here as a substitute commentator. We got these lovely ladies. Of course, they're not my kind of ladies, unfortunately, because they're not country girls. They're city girls. And I like country girls. I don't like city girls. Of course, Dominique, she's part of the, those people that ride those boards. What are they called? Skateboards, something like that. Definitely not my type of girl. A lot of punk, rock, all those wear all black, pierce your face all up, all that stuff. But anyway, I'm going to still do my best. These women are very attractive, but they're just not Bobby's type. So I just want to say that there is no better woman than a country girl. And all these women do not fit the criteria. All of them, most of them are from the city. And anyway, here comes the Black Rose attacking Jezebel. That's a terrible name. Why would you have a name like that? That is not a good name. I don't know what her mother was thinking, but she may have had a few cold ones before she gave her that name. And I hope Ken's okay. I really do. This is an emergency situation, and I'm assuming that his child is with his mother at the time, because that's usually Ken's ex-wife takes care of his kid while he commentates. So I hope everything's okay. I do. Me and Chrysler, we don't see eye to eye, but I would never wish any harm on him or any member of his family. And just because of the situation, I promise that I will not leave chew on his desk. Because I know he's already frustrated as it is. So I don't want to add to that frustration. And we started here with Miss Watson and Esther. That's who we started with. And of course, Lashana has not entered. And neither has Lashana's the only one that hasn't entered. I'm not good with counting. I'm not good at counting. I'm good at working. The hard physical jobs that you all don't want to do. You don't want to do plumbing. I'll do plumbing. You don't want to work on the power lines. You're scared of heights. You're scared of heights, really? You're scared of everything, to be honest. Your generation is. And I'll work on the power lines. I'll work in plumbing. I'll work in welding. I'll work in construction. I do everything. I can even run a farm. I can do it all at once because I'm that capable. And it's a shame that we live in a society with a generation that all they want to do is play video games and waste their time. Waste their time playing these games. And these games are evil. These games are absolutely evil. And you're wasting your time playing those games, reading comic books. Reading comic books is also a waste of time. And of course, don't even get me started with movies, because we all know Hollywood and how they feel about the middle class. And I am the middle class. I represent the middle class. And Hollywood doesn't live in the real world. Hollywood's not going to tell me how to vote. They're not going to tell me anything. They can't even keep a relationship 2 months. Bobby's had all kinds of relationships. Bobby knows what he's doing. Women don't date me for my money. They date me because I'm capable, and I'm efficient, and I'm a hard worker. They love that blue collar boy. And they love my truck, too. They love my shiny pickup truck. Best pickup truck in town. Oh, I see all the ladies eyeballing me all the time. Of course, these women don't, because they live in the city. They're a bunch of city slickers. That's what they are. They couldn't last a day in the wilderness. I could, though. But like I said, Ken's the biggest city slicker that there is. You know, Ken was born in the city, and that's why he's not as tough as a man as I am, because I was born in the country. And look at Esther here. I'll tell you, Esther's really good. Esther's very talented. She's one of the most talented on this roster. And she started off, and of course her and that old Jezebel don't like each other, which I don't like Jezebel, because that's a terrible name. You know, I read the book, and any woman with that name is a woman that cannot be trusted. Look at Esther there with a nice drop kick. We got the Black Rose and Dominique. Yeah, Dominique's one of those skater women, you know, gets on the skateboard, breaks her leg, and then cries about how she can't afford, you know, any medical treatment for her leg. She needs to get off the skateboard and ride an actual thing like a four-wheeler or a dirt bike. That is actual. What real people do. They don't ride skateboards around. That's for the city too. You don't see a skateboard on a dirt road. I don't know if we're going to see Ken by the end of this one. I don't know if we're going to see him or not, but I'm going to try to be as polite as possible, and I think you all should be as well. And look at the Black Rose attacking Esther. All these women that put on a great show. They're very talented. They're just not country girls. And of course, the first elimination was LaShawna. So Lashana, the first one out of here. And of course, let's talk about my match tonight with Kinziel. He's a tough one. He's a soldier. I respect him. You know, he looks out for his country. I look out for mine. I respect him. But he is very dangerous, and someone needs to stop that man. Someone's got to stop him. And I was hoping that a redneck like myself could do it, but it may come down to a blue neck instead. And I'm not going to speak about Blue Neck because I do not like him. I do not. He's always mocked me. He's always made fun of me. He's called me all kinds of names, and I don't like it. And of course, I was impressed by the the Elimination Chamber, the male Elimination Chamber. And, you know, I'm not surprised that the Freak won because he's more world champion material than the #1 contender and the world champion is. Let's just face the facts. They are not world champion material. I obviously am the best material for the world champion. But it doesn't surprise me that a veteran like the Freak won tonight because he did a very good job. And look at Esther. Little Esther going on the attack. Yeah, Renee, I would never date a woman with pink hair. No, no way. No way. And some people say that she's a witch, which is very scary. Because you know that I'm against witchcraft. I'm against it 100%. I think it's evil. And that pink hair doesn't help her case. That is for sure. And Renee has been eliminated. And that's what she gets for engaging in witchcraft. She should be eliminated. And she better not put a spell on me. My truck better work tomorrow. My truck better work. Because if my truck doesn't start, then that witch put a spell on me. Like she did Daniel. I told Daniel not to mess with witches. I told him. I warned him. And he didn't listen, and he went bald for a month. His biggest mistake was breaking up with her, but even a mistake bigger than that was even getting with her in the first place. He needs to use his mind. That's what he needs to use. And we are down to 4 here. And look at Dominique. Oh, what a nice move there. What a nice move. And uh-oh, here comes Ken. And he, oh man, he does not look happy at all. Give me that mic. Mobster X, you want to play games with me? You crossed the line tonight. A prank call that my son was in a car accident? A prank call. Do you hear me? Bobby, get out of here. I'm not in the mood for this. You listen to me, Mobster X. You will pay the price. I had someone call me, say my son was in a car accident. And it wasn't even true. It was a prank. Because I called his mother and I finally got a hold of her. And it was a prank. So whoever called was not a real staff of the hospital. And I know Mobster X did this. I know he did it. Because this is the tactics he will use. Okay? And I hope you're listening. You are going to have a date with death. Okay? You're not only going to be beaten at WrestleMania, I'm coming after you now. You crossed a line. And I know he's mad because I brought up the stuff last week. But I don't care. Because he crossed the line tonight, Bobby. He crossed the line. Bobby, quit telling me to calm down. Because I'm not going to calm down. I want this, not only do I want this man beat at WrestleMania, I want his resignation. He needs to quit. He has to quit. That is, I never thought I'd see a day. You know, the Beige Cowboy is sick. But I know for a fact that he hired someone to act like they were a staff member of the hospital, call me on my cell phone while I'm at work, and say that my son was in a car accident. I want you all to listen to that. This is the tactics this snake in the grass will use. So, I'm going to meet with Mentally. He doesn't like you either. And we're going to see what we can do about this. Because I know your match is locked in for WrestleMania, but you may have to resign after it. After what you did tonight. And I'm going to find my evidence and my proof. Because I know it's you. I know you were behind this because you couldn't take the fact that I said that you're a has-been. And that's what you are. You're a has-been. Newson's going to send you to the nursing home at WrestleMania. You belong there with the old twig. And Esther eliminates Black Rose. And according to you, Bobby, these two started... I'm sorry, I'm just so angry. According to you, Bobby, we started off with these two, and they have a rivalry. And I almost had a heart attack. When I heard that. But we started off with these two. I'm sorry about interrupting, but you all need to know the truth of what went down just now. Because what he did was a violation beyond belief. And Jezebel with a nice strike there and going to pin Esther. The winner will face Billy Anderson. And Esther with the kick out. And look at Esther throwing in some strikes here. Look at that. Good move by little Esther. Bobby is silent beside me, and he needs to say that way. And Esther Jack wins. So she started off at like 1 or 2. Well, they both did. They started off because Bobby informed me what was going on. But what an unbelievable win by Esther. And I'm trying to keep my composure, but it will be Esther versus Billy Anderson at WrestleMania. So Billy Anderson versus a former women's champion. It's official. And now it is time for the main event promo. And Mentally's going to be meeting with that man right there, who was a former worker at JEFF Productions. And, of course, their old twig gave him the rundown on this guy, spent some time in a psych ward. So Mentally's got to be really careful here And hopefully he can get some answers about that place, because we have no records of that place. And we're getting closer to WrestleMania, and Peyton Bruce is building a time machine. So we're going to find out more about that place. Hello, Moses Mopper. My name's Mentally. I'm the GM of FLH, and it is an honor to meet you. I am here to ask you a couple questions. To give you a recap what is going on, there is an individual by the name of Peyton Bruce. His mother worked with you as a custodian at JEFF Productions. This is a production studio that was in charge of some kind of show or something going on over there. But the place burned down. There's no records of any employees, and the only reason I know about you is because the old twig knew that you worked there. But I need to know more information. Peyton Bruce's mother supposedly self-deleted, and I need to know what went down in that building, because there's a bunch of red flags about that place, and there's no record of any other employees. The place burned to the ground, and multiple casualties from that fire, and I may need your help, because if Peyton Bruce gets a hold of the time machine, he could redirect time and cause a bunch of problems. So I need your help, and I need all the information that I can get from you. And I know this may be a sensitive topic, but I need your help. I really need your help, because I don't know what's going on here. I can tell you a couple stories about JEFF Productions. I can tell you about Peyton Bruce's mother. She worked multiple jobs, and they let her go. They were cruel to her, treated her like trash, just like they treated me. They treated me horrible also. But JEFF Productions, it's basically actors, actresses, directors, writers, but they were cruel. They went overboard. A lot of them were comedians that worked there. And they joked about people and their traumas and kicked people while they were down. But, comedians do that. But then it got worse. They started torturing, murdering, doing all kinds of stuff. And then one day, after Peyton Bruce's mother self-deleted, I got tired of them. And I couldn't go nowhere. They had people paid off. I couldn't go to the law. They had them paid off. So I burned JEFF Productions to the ground, and that's why I had my little stay at the hospital. It's also why I have all this mark on my face and down my neck, and on 40% of my body is filled with burns, because I also caught fire when I burned their evil to the ground. And if Peyton Bruce is building a time machine, he's taking the risk that they can come back. So you need my help. And by the way, JEFF, Jeff, is an acronym. It stands for Just Evil for Fun, if you wanted some information on their backstory. But yeah, it's basically a bunch of psychotic comedians, actors, actresses. There's even kids that work there. And they were the evilest people I've ever seen. And you have to stop him. No matter what happens, no matter who gets hurt, you have to stop him, because they can never return. They are pure evil.